Ashamed, think something new under the sun. You can't take back them things you already done. No. You blame things that you do on somebody else. No. But they all see is you need help. But still you try so hard to cover up your games. You try so hard, hoping that one day something gon' change. You waste all of your time covering up your tracks. Spend all your days running away. You gotta watch your back, and that's the facts. You spend so much of your life scheming and trying to get over. Got you wondering why you come around. All you get is cold shoulder. Yeah. You try so hard to cover up your games. You try so hard, hoping that one day something gon' change. You try so hard. Yeah. You try so hard. You try so hard. Yeah. You try so hard. Give me, can't run away from it. Still you try so hard
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to another episode of In Conclusion. That was what I would say if I was starting my podcast, but I'm not. Hello there, folks! Welcome back to another episode of Fast Facts Live! I'm your host, your Quizmaster of Ceremonies, Dan O'Keefe, and yes, I totally messed that up. I was just thrown off by the sign right before the game started. Trivia will begin in soon. Well, it is soon now, so trivia will begin in now. Also here today, having not or barely left his hotel in 72 hours, it's Tom. Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm good. Stressed. Overworked.
If there's one thing...
In need of an inebriation.
If there's one thing that you've ever said that I do not believe, it happened about 16 seconds ago when I asked how you were, and you looked around and went, I'm good. And then followed it up with a bunch of reasons why you're not.
So, you ask me how I am every single damn week. And
yes.
It always throws me off. Like...
Why?
It's almost like I never see it coming. I don't know. I don't think about it. And then you're like, how am I? And then I think, how am I? I don't know. Good, I guess.
I'm happy to be your weekly therapy. How am I? That's a good question. Time to do some self-reflection. I'm your analyst.
How do you say that? I literally got a message from my therapist like a minute ago. Like, replying to my message.
Were they like, how are you?
All too real.
And you responded, good. Sorry, not that. You responded, good.
How am I? How am I? I don't know.
I can tell you what I am. Who I am. Well, maybe I can't even tell you who I am. I could tell you that I'm human.
Are you?
That's always the goal. You know, I tried to get that lizard operation, but I'm not rich enough yet.
I tried to get that lizard operation. Makes me
yeah,
think
they don't start off as lizard people. They become lizard people.
A lizard operation could either be an operation on a lizard, an operation to turn you into a lizard, or an operation to turn you back from a lizard. Well,
actually, it's an operation to turn me into a lizard performed by lizards. They're the experts. They have very, very small tools.
Okay.
Just a lizard sticking out its tongue. Scalpel. Well, they do it all. They don't use their hands. Anyway, that's enough. If you've never played before, I'm sorry that this is your introduction. But also, if you've never played before, we have rules, and here they are.
Hello, I'm Charty. Welcome to Fast Facts Live. Here's how to play. There will be 5 rounds of 5 questions each. You will have 20 seconds to answer each question. You must submit an answer for every question. If you don't know an answer, take a guess. After each round, Charty Bot will ask you if you want to double or nothing. You can only use it on 1 round per game. If you got all of the questions correct, you will earn twice as many points. If you got at least 1 question wrong, you will earn 0 points for the entire round. You will wager between 0 and 10 points for the Hail Mary question at the end of the game. If you answer correctly, you will earn the amount you wagered. And if you answer incorrectly, you will lose that amount. A tiebreaker question will be asked to everyone at the end of the game. Answers to this question will only determine the winner if teams are tied for first place. Don't cheat, think fast, and have fun. Good luck, let's begin.
Those are the rules. It's simple. You've all played before, so you got this. We got a bunch of teams here, and I'm going to read your names now while looking at a laptop. In the order you signed up, we have Boomer's Belly, now closed, Saturn's Moon, Anth, Mom and Dad are back, Egg Girl and her crusty sidekick who ate tulips and then threw up scrambled eggs, Let It Snow, 3 trench coats wearing a kid, It is 12. No, H is 12. Sorry. Tarzan's Boys, Calm, Cool, and Collected at the Disco, and Solo returns. Thank you all for being here. Let's start off with round number 1 of the 108th episode of Fast Facts Live, and that round is on this day. You can tell that we're busy when we have an on this day round. Question number 1. On this day in 1554, Sao Paulo, Brazil is founded by what order of Catholic priests? 20 seconds. Question number 2. In 1819, the University of Virginia is chartered with what U.S. president as one of its founders? 20 seconds. Question number 3. In 1924, the first Winter Olympics open in what country on this day, January 26th?
5th.
When I said January 26th, I was wrong. Totally and completely wrong. I'm wearing a watch. I could have checked what date it was. I didn't. It's the 25th. But on this day, January 25th, in 1947, a patent for cathode ray tube amusement device is filed, referred to today as what? 20 seconds. And question number 5. On this day in 1996, what playwright behind Rent passed away the night before the off-Broadway premiere? And that is it for round number 1, Double or Nothing. If you did something of importance on this day that we will eventually cover in years when we have another episode of Fast Facts Live on January 25th. That's today's date.
2037.
Is that a guess, or did you look at a calendar?
I don't know. Will both of us be around?
You don't know? What? You don't know whether or not that was a guess, or you looked at a calendar?
No.
How does that work?
It's at a random year.
Okay, so you did guess.
Well, I didn't guess. I just said we'll still be doing the show in 2037.
Oh, boy. Let's move on to round number 2. We're not going to be doing the show in 2037. We're going to be doing a sequel series in 2037. Fast Facts Live 2. This round is all about sequels, but series sequels. You get it. It's in the name. Question number 1. Recently released on Netflix, That 90s Show is a follow-up series to That 70s Show, which originally aired on what network? 20 seconds. Also, before we move on to round number 2, in case you're wondering about whose child's eyes are staring at you in the background, that's the DVD cover for Teen Wolf 2, starring Jason Bateman. So you got his eyes. It's very zoomed in. Question number 2. Generation Q is the subtitle of the sequel series to what Showtime show about a group of women living in West Hollywood? Question number 3. SG-1, Atlantis, and Universe are all sequel series to what sci-fi movie? Oh. Question number 3. Monty Markham
This is
took on
question
the...
number 4.
That's what I meant. Things are going well. Monty Markham took on the title role first made famous by Raymond Burr in the failed 1970s sequel series to what drama? 20 seconds. And question number 5. Bayside High is the main setting for what original sitcom, its sequel series, The New Class, and the 2020 Peacock series of the same name? And that is it for round number 2. Double or Nothing. If you will have a sequel series about your life someday. A bit of news for you about things that are coming to Peacock soon, my favorite streaming service, for no other reason other than it's fun to say that Peacock is your favorite streaming service. Starting tomorrow, there's actually a show that I'm interested in starring Natasha Lyonne that I can't think of the name of. That is premiering. But also on Friday, Tar, my favorite movie of 2022, is coming to streaming, and it's coming to Peacock. So I know what I'm doing. Having a nice evening with Lydia Tar. Noted real-life person, Lydia Tar. My good friend.
The Natasha
Poker
Lyonne
Face.
series is Poker Face. Well, yeah, because it's created by Ryan Johnson, a man who can make good movies. Does he make a TV show before?
He directed episodes of Breaking Bad.
Yeah. 3 episodes? All right.
He directed the Fly episode.
Oh. Classic. I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Me either. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Tom and I will have watched every episode of Breaking Bad, so give us 65 hours. Stay tuned. Hey, hey, hey! We're back, and we went through every episode of Breaking Bad. Tom, what's your 5-word review?
Lots of drugs. Pontiac.
That's 5.
Drugs. Lots of
Lots
drugs.
of
Pontiac
drugs.
is 4.
Pontiac drugs. Well, and then would be 5.
Oh, it's an Aztec. Pontiac Aztec.
Oh, it's an Aztec is also 4 words. Oh, it's a Pontiac Aztec. That's 5 words.
Oh, it's a. Oh, I guess A is a word.
Congrats.
It's the. Is it the world's most famous Pontiac Aztec?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
What other Pontiac
So it-
Aztec is there?
I don't know.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly.
Like
Bonus
I feel
facts.
like. Is there like the world's most famous Subaru Legacy?
There's the world's most famous Bronco.
Oh, I know that.
There's the world's most famous. I'm trying to think of other most famous regular
Well,
cars.
You have a Volkswagen Beetle.
Sure. Yeah,
You
Herbie.
You have a Thunderbird.
Is that the
you
Dukes of
have-
Hazzard car?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have the. Oh, what's the Green Hornet?
Couldn't tell you.
Mercury.
Is it a Chevy? No.
It's like a Mercury. I don't know, but there's plenty of famous cars out there.
Yeah. I'm
was
just
the
trying to think of like
conclusion
regular
of this.
commercial cars. Like, what's the most famous Honda Civic?
The one from Baby Driver.
Yeah, sure. I'll
Bell
take it.
bottoms. Oh.
Let's go into round answers. The answers for round number 1 on this day in history. On this day in history. In 1554, Sao Paulo, Brazil is founded by what order of Catholic priests? It says Catholic priests, so if you answered Carmelites, those are nuns, or melt-in-your-mouth candies. The answer is Jesuits. I cannot take credit for the melt-in-your-mouth candies joke. That's Tom's. Good joke. Question number
Thank you.
2. You're welcome. In 1819, the University of Virginia is chartered with what U.S. president as one of its founders? That is President Thomas Jefferson. Another bonus fun fact from Tom. On his gravestone, Thomas Jefferson does not mention being president, but it does mention him founding the University of Virginia. Number 3. In 1924, the first Winter Olympics opened in what country? They opened in France. Sorry, I said that wrong. France! Look up the video if you haven't seen it. Question number 4. In 1947, a patent for the cathode ray tube amusement device is filed, referred to today as what? The keywords are amusement device, and also in 1947, television had been around for... cathode ray tube televisions had only been around for a few years, but the patent for it is like 20 years old at that point. It is a video game. The first video game was called Tennis for Two, and it's a recreation of ping pong. Kind of like Pong, but Pong is a top-down view, and Tennis for Two is a side view. And better, and played with knobs. Question number 5. In 1996, what playwright behind Rent passed away the night before the off-Broadway premiere? Well, they're singing Happy Birthday. It's Jonathan Larson. If you haven't seen Tick, Tick, Boom yet, it's great. It's my favorite movie of last year. Let's move on to round number 2. Sequel series. Recently released on Netflix, That 90s Show is a follow-up to That 70s Show, which originally aired on the Fox network for 8 seasons. Generation Q is the subtitle of the sequel series to what Showtime series about a group of women living in West Hollywood? That is the L Word. SG-1, Atlantis, and Universe are all sequel series to what sci-fi movie? They're sequels to Stargate, and they all have that in the name. Monty Markham took on the title role, first made famous by Raymond Burr in the failed 70s sequel to what drama? Why, that is the failed sequel to Perry Mason, called Perry Mason. The new Perry Mason is great. And question number 5. Bayside High is the main setting for what original sitcom? Its sequel series, The New Class, and the 2020 Peacock series of the same name? That is Saved by the Bell. It's all right, because I'm saved by the bell. Let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3 is failed candidates. It's a bunch of candidates who ran for office and didn't win. Question number 1. In 1918, what tycoon entered Michigan's Senate Republican and Democratic primaries, losing both, and never ran again? 20 seconds. Question number 2. In 2006, what sitting senator lost in the primary for his U.S. Senate seat from Connecticut, but prevailed as an independent in the general election? This is the only losing candidate in this round who won. 20 seconds. Question number 3. The Democratic presidential candidate in both 1952 and 1956, what Illinoisan lost both races to Dwight Eisenhower? Question number 4. Ben Savage, star of what 90s sitcom, recently ran for a seat on the West Hollywood City Council? He also lost. 20 seconds. And number 5. What former governor of Minnesota ran for the Republican presidential nomination almost every cycle from 1944 to 1992? Remember, kids, if at first you don't succeed, keep trying and you still won't succeed. 20 seconds. And that is it for round number 3, Double or Nothing. If you've ever run for political office, that includes, like, grade school class treasurer. Do the people on your, high school class board, do they have any power? Like, what does the treasurer do?
I was the technology officer for my high school's student council.
Okay.
Were
you elected, or are you one of the swamp?
No, I was elected. I had
okay.
opposition.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you weren't an unelected bureaucrat running things from behind the scenes.
No, I was
At
elected.
your high school.
I was elected on everybody. I walked up to the mic and in so many words said, I could do a good job with this. And everyone went, yeah. And then the other person who was running against me basically said the same thing, and everyone went, no.
No. Perfect. I love it.
All we did was make promo videos for football games.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's move on to round number 4. Round number 4 is the Civil War. Get your history hats on, kids. Question number 1. Which U.S. president pardoned Jefferson Davis? 20 seconds. Question number 2. As the legend goes, the phrase, "Your name is Mud," has its origins in the doctor who set the leg of what criminal? 20 seconds. Question number 3. What U.S. fort was the site of the first battle of the Civil War? Question number 4. True or false? California was a state when the Civil War began. We're not... I mean, that's false. But was California a state? 20 seconds. Ah, yes, the current state that I live in, California. Question number 5. The period following the Civil War was known as what? That is it for our Civil War category. Double or nothing. If you know, there are a bunch of things that I could tell you to double or nothing for. Double or nothing. If when you were in grade school, you were assigned to one side of the Civil War and you had to do like research stuff about it, but also you had like this rivalry with the other side. There seems like there are a lot of issues with that.
That was really good role playing. If there was rivalry with the other side.
There was. We didn't. I mean, I was on the South. I was assigned to the South side. Which, looking back,
You're
I'm
a
like,
Sox fan?
well, yeah. I did make a baseball for a project out of a shirt. Yeah. And on it, I wrote Johnny Rebs, because that was a nickname. Johnny Rebs.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I promise to never say Johnny Rebs again, so stay tuned. Hey, we're back, and if you were watching those ads, you might see that the last ad that was up there is the cup. Because that's what you could win this week. If you win this week, you get to choose to win the cup. It's a cup.
Dan, I have a feeling you don't like the cup.
I love the cup. I love the fact that the prize is the cup. I don't know what you mean when you say that you feel like I don't like the cup. I'm sincere in my love for the cup.
When I designed it, I totally went overboard on calling it the official distinction of champiosity, and I feel like next season I'm literally just gonna write on it the cup.
The cup. It looks like you were designing a mock-up of a rum chata glass, like
Hey, kinda.
Stein, and then went, oh no, they're not gonna buy it. You shouldn't be drinking that much rum chata. It's the cup. By the way, if you are drinking that much rum chata, check yourself in.
Also, thank you
If
for
you're
supporting
alive.
our
If
local
you're
business.
alive, also. But yeah, you could win the cup. You could also join our Patreon and support us at patreon.com/FastFactsLive. You can also follow us on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at FastFactsLive. Best way you can support us, as always, spread the word, tell your friends, get them to play. More friends is more fun and more trivia. Actually, not more trivia, exactly the same amount of trivia, but still more fun. And they could win the cup too. Not like a hockey thing, though. You don't share the cup. Everyone gets their own.
You get
One
your
at a
own
time.
cup.
Get your own. Also, it's only one cup per team. You're not getting 8 cups. You have 1 cup, and you all get to share, like church. I never drank the wine at church.
Well, you don't like alcohol.
It's also gross with how many people's lips have touched that cup.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, let's go over the answers for rounds 3 and 4. And I kept my promise, too. I didn't say Johnny Rebs. I broke it. Failed candidates. In 1918, what tycoon entered Michigan Senate Republican and Democratic primaries, lost both, and never ran again? Well, that's good old Henry Ford. Not good old, bad old Henry Ford. Bad man. Question 2. In 2006, what sitting U.S. Senator lost the primary for his Senate seat from Connecticut, but prevailed as an independent in the general election? It's Joe Lieberman. He lost his primary, ran on the Connecticut for Lieberman ticket, and that's what he won as. That was his party.
Isn't that also Matthew Broderick's character in War Games?
Joe Lieberman? I don't know. I don't think so.
Isn't he a Lieberman?
Could be a Lieberman. I doubt it. I don't think it's Joe.
Okay.
Question number 3. The Democratic presidential candidate in both 1952 and 1956, what Illinoisan lost both races to Dwight Eisenhower? That's Adlai Stevenson. His son, Adlai Stevenson Jr., was also an elected politician in Illinois. And Adlai Stevenson III. Middle name starts with an E, which I only know because it's the title of the Adlai E. Stevens. No, it's the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont. I don't know what I was talking about. Stevenson Expressway, though. What a road. Question 4. Ben Savage, star of what 90s sitcom, recently ran for a seat on the West Hollywood City Council and lost, and then announced that he was running to replace Adam Schiff for his U.S. House seat, because again, if you run and you fail, always shoot for a higher office. He starred in Boy Meets World. And then its follow-up show, Girl Meets World. Sequel series. What former governor of Minnesota ran for the Republican presidential nomination almost every cycle from 1944 to 1992? Good old Harold Stassen. He also, somehow, ran for mayor of Philadelphia in 1949. I don't know how you jump from Minnesota to Philadelphia, but he tried. He did not win. He actually lost by a surprising landslide. Round 4, the Civil War. Which U.S. president pardoned Jefferson Davis? That's an Andrew Johnson. As the legend goes, the phrase "your name is mud" has its origins in the doctor who set the leg of what criminal? He set the leg of John Wilkes Booth. Question 3. What U.S. fort was the site of the first battle of the Civil War? That is Fort Sumter. I hardly know her. Thank you. True or false? California was a state when the Civil War began. So, that's false. But California was a state when the Civil War began. California was admitted in the 1850s. Question 5. The period following the Civil War was known as what? Reconstruction. The period prior to the Civil War is known as antebellum. Let's move on to round number 5. It's our toss-up round. It could be anything, but it's this. Question number 1. What was the name of the man who took over the Maxwell Motor Company and renamed it after himself? Good luck. 20 seconds. Question number 2. Third baseman Scott Rowland was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame, capping off an all-star career with the Cardinals, Reds, Blue Jays, and what other team? 20 seconds. Question number 3. The Academy Award nominations were announced yesterday. What film leads the pack with 11 nominations? Question number 4. I hit the wrong button. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Dan, what'd you do?
Never mind. Question number 4. Until 1998, members were required to wear what piece of clothing while raising a point of order during a vote in the UK House of Commons? 20 seconds. And lastly, question number 5. Who won the 2020 Masters? Tell me, oh sage. That's it for round number 5, double or nothing. If you were like, hey, it's the toss-up round, this is going to be pretty easy, and then you saw the questions, you're like, I hate all of you. Maybe that's you. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Just a piece of advice. Nobody should double or nothing.
Wow. That was
just
a
a
lot
hint.
of quick advice and a lot of comments real quick.
Real quick. Real quick. I'm full of
quick.
quickness. I'm full of speed. Actually, I'm not full of speed. I'm training for a marathon, and I'm doing my runs. And they're not fast. I will say that. They're not fast, and I don't look like I'm moving fast either. My run is best described as a trot. I'm a show pony.
Hey, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
I don't know what that means. I don't understand that saying. Did you come up with it?
Like, you may lose the battle, but you'll win the war?
You can lead a horse to water.
Something
But-
about drinking.
A boy's best friend is his mother? I don't know. Anyway, it's our Hail Mary question next. You can wager. I was going to tell you a category to maybe help with your wager. In fact, I still will give you a category to help with your wager. It's animals. category is animals. So you can't undo your wager once you've done it. Just letting you know that. But anyway. Everybody wagered! Let's go! Here's the question. The Dendrobatinae family of amphibians are better known by what name? I hope you all took biology. 20 seconds. And just in the case of a tie, here's our tiebreaker question. Approximately how many amphibian species are there? That's it. That's all the questions. We're going to take one final break, come back with the answers, and figure out who won this amphibious game of Fast Facts Live. It's not amphibious. I just like saying the word. Don't go anywhere.
You look so good, it hurts my soul. No, I can't deny the way you pull it. Moonlight. Moonlight. Can't believe I found you, baby. Come alive. Loving you like we're dancing in moonlight. Look at what you did, I'm slipping on it. Yeah, I'm all in, I must admit it. Moonlight. Moonlight. Can't believe I found you, baby. Come alive. Loving you like we're dancing in moonlight. Wanna waste our time in the moonlight. Wrap me up all night in the moonlight. Wanna waste our time in the moonlight. Wrap me up all night in the moonlight. Let me know you're all mine. Touching you, I collide. Into space in your eyes. Touching you feels like moonlight. Moonlight. Can't believe I found you, baby. Come alive. Loving you like we're dancing in moonlight. Wanna waste our time in the moonlight. Wrap me up all night in the moonlight. Wanna waste our time in the moonlight. Wrap me up all night.
Hey, we're back. And that means it's time to go over the answers and figure out who won. But let's do the answers first. Starting off with our toss-up round. It could have been anything, but it was these 5 questions. What's the name of the man who took over the Maxwell Motor Company and renamed it after himself? It's Walter Chrysler. Obviously, he changed it to the Walter Motor Company. And then his son, Chrysler, turned it into the Chrysler Motor Company. Question 2. Third baseman Scott Rowland was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame, capping off an all-star career with the Cardinals, Reds, Blue Jays, and what other team? Philadelphia Freedom. I love you. Yes, I do. That's my audition for Rocket Man 2. It's the Philadelphia Phillies. Question 3. The Academy Award nominations were announced yesterday. What film leads the pack with 11 nominations? Most of you got this right. It's Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And then sitting in dead last with 0 nominations, it's Nothing, Nowhere at multiple different times. Question number 4. Until 1998, members were required to wear what piece of clothing when raising a point of order during a vote in the UK House of Commons? They were required to wear a hat. So there was a hat that they would pass around, just a fun little top hat that people would put on, say, point of order, and then take off.
Why did they stop doing that? That's the greatest.
Because they
tradition
all
I've
thought it
ever
was
heard.
really dumb. They all got tired
But
of
it's a
sharing
top
the
hat.
hat. I know, but they all got tired
I
of
feel like-
sharing the hat.
I feel like it could be a thing where it's like you need to bring a point of order of something specific, and you could tie the hat. You could theme the hat based on what you're doing.
That would be good.
Yeah. Like
I don't think they're gonna bring it back though.
Okay.
I mean, with the rising trend of athleisure, I assume they're going to be like sweatpants. You got to put on a nice, well-fitted pair of sweatpants to raise a point of order.
Some Lulus.
Yeah. In the UK, they're called Louis Loos.
They're always weird.
That's
like
not
that.
true at all. Anyway, question number 5. Who won the 2020 Masters? That's right. Dustin Johnson. We all knew that. I didn't. Hail Mary question. The Dendrobatinae family of amphibians is better known by what name? A lot of you were almost there. You said frogs, but it's actually poison dart frogs. And a lot of you bet 10. You were very confident. I don't know why. There was not a tie. Approximately how many amphibian species are there? There's approximately 8,000, which I was going to give a shout out to Tarzan's Boys for getting that right on the dot. They said 80,000 though, so I yanked that right back. No shout out for you. Anyway, that's all the answers. Let's go over the leaderboard and see who came in first, who came in last. What's the dealio? So, first off, in 10th place. Do I hit the button now, Tom? Yes. No? Yes. There we go. In 10th place with -1 points, we have Calm, Cool, and Collected at the Disco. In 9th place with 0 points, H is 12. In 8th place with 2 points, 3 trench coats wearing a kid. In 7th place with 5 points, Tarzan's Boys. In 6th place with 7 points, Mom and Dad are back. And in 6th place, in 5th place with 8 points, we have Let It Snow. Sorry, Let It Snow. Also in 4th place, we have Saturn's Moon Anth with 8 points. Anthe. I don't know, maybe it's French. In 3rd place with 10 points, Solo returns and gets the bronze. In 2nd place with 14 points, Egg Girl and her crusty sidekick who ate tulips and threw them up, Scrambled Eggs, has 14 points. Which means in 1st place, after a game where they almost won and then texted me afterwards, we could have been a contender! Boomer's Belly now closed with 25 points. Congratulations for winning this week's game of Fast Facts Live. Since you won, you get to pick either an Amazon gift card, a Creative Land Shop gift card, or the cup. Pick the cup. Thank you to everybody who played this week. A very special thank you to our patrons. Biggest thank you of all, as always, to Tom for producing the show.
Thank you for hosting.
Hey, you know what? You're welcome. You're welcome,
Oh.
kid.
Thanks.
Sure thing. We will be back next week. In quotes. I said we will be
Why
back
in
next week.
quotes?
Because last episode I said we'll be back next week.
Oh, we actually.
That's why I'm putting them in quotes now.
Stand by. Hold on. I will check live if I should be able to. Do, do,
Ooh.
do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do.
This is the most exciting thing that I've ever seen.
This is my hold music. A do do do. A do do do.
My dad's company got a new phone system and it has hold music when it's connecting you.
Yeah.
But it's the same hold music that a bunch of scam callers use. So I called it for the first time and the music started playing and I just hung up.
Okay. I absolutely should be okay to do it. The last thing I
Absolutely should be okay.
the last thing I have next Wednesday ends at noon.
Oh, beautiful. So there will be a new episode of Fast Facts next week. In the meantime, everybody stay safe and have fun. Bye-bye.